and welcome to the T-shirt contest competition winners announcement. I tricked you there, didn't I? Before you get your real episode, it is time to announce the winners of the T-shirt competition. Woo! Cool. So let's start with the first competition that we had, which was the Gather Your Party competition. The winner of that is Chloe Solover. And I am sorry if I say your name wrong, because I don't know how to pronounce it. You get a T-shirt. Chloe was the only one whose friends were cool enough to comment on the videos, so she's the only one who formed a party. But we still want to make that second shirt, so we're going to give our honorary shirt to Scott Berkowitz. Also, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, because you comment more than anybody else does. So those are those two shirts. The second two shirts go to the riddle competition. The first one, the riddle number 1, which was written out in plain text during one of the episodes. The answer to that riddle was a statue, and Nick Cheney got that really quick, just real fast, real good. He did that. Unfortunately, no one even found the second riddle. I think I hit it too well, and I'll never tell where it is until one day maybe somebody finds it. I don't know. So Nick is getting the T-shirt from the riddle competition, and though there was a battle for the fan art competition, the winner provided us with such incredible art and a cool video that showed them making the art. So that goes to Elliot, who is also one of our Patreon our subscribers, Patreon patrons, which is super cool. Elliot, you were a super fan. I'll put up your art like here-ish. The contest winning art, it's there. So for all of you who won, we'll be getting into contact with you. Most of you have emailed me before, except for maybe you, Chloe, but we'll figure it out and we'll get you those T-shirts as soon as they're made. Thank you so much for participating in this competition. This will be the first of maybe a couple. So if you wanted to get a T-shirt or you didn't even know about the T-shirt competition, keep your ear to the ground. We'll probably be having another one at some point in the future. But until then, enjoy the episode that you're about to get. It's a doozy! Alright, roll the thing. Welcome to the Party Dungeon. This is Dungeon Party. As always, I'm your DM, Blake Peoples, and here is your cast. We're all here again. It's exciting. A couple of announcements. The same ones as always. Check out our social media. We love you. Another announcement. I, as a DM, am switching from leveling by experience to leveling by milestones, because I keep losing the experience document, and frankly, it's just too much of a hassle at this point. So, just so you know, it doesn't really affect anyone, but I thought I'd let you guys know what's happening.
What does that mean?
So rather than getting specific experience based off like the small things you do and the enemies you kill, and that slowly tabulating into leveling up, I'm just gonna level you guys all up at milestones. When you like accomplish something or complete an arc of something, you're gonna get a level.
Oh yeah, like killing giants.
So we level.
Not yet. We got some unfinished business. Cool. Well, hey, you don't get to do that unless you kill a thing.
You kept it next to me.
Anybody else have anything else?
I got a haircut.
It looks lovely.
Cool. Then I guess without further ado, let's dive right in.
I do.
So, after experiencing the Tournament of Champions, which I have recently been informed is the name of the Jeopardy tournament. Didn't know that, but that's fun.
To be fair, I don't think it's like a super original
No,
name.
it's not.
Yeah, but this means we have the second coolest tournament.
Yeah, none of us have anything on Alex Trebek, what can I say? But after experiencing the Tournament of Champions, having that be interrupted by the attack of a band of fire giants, our heroes went out onto the fields of glory and together turned back the army. Their leader, Ilgaroth, as well as a few of the straggling remaining giants, fled, pursued by Rorthon Havabith, the Pegasus Outrider Knight. While the rest of them try to tend to the weak, the weary, the dying, and feel good about the battle that they had won against, honestly, most odds. And that's where we left off. We're going to pick up directly there. You're all out on the battlefield. What do people want to do?
Gosh.
You won.
Yeah.
There are dead people around, the vibe is more of like an exhausted triumph rather than a really sad vibe, you know.
Is it?
So you see Wallace, something interesting about Wallace is no longer dressed in the clothes that Wallace used to have, but instead full-on pirate garb.
Oh!
Nobody noticed anything about me?
Oh, there's a lot going on, you know. It's hard to see.
Did you change clothes on the battlefield?
No.
Huh. That's been a few days, Wallace. What have you been up to?
Yeah, where have you been?
It's been a day.
It's been a day, Wallace. What
You know,
do you
it
do?
feels like it's been a month.
Yep.
Well, it's 'cause-
I wonder why.
It's been a month.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Alright, well, we have
right.
things to attend to.
Is it
Are you a pirate?
Me?
Yeah, are you a pirate?
No.
Okay.
Could you identify these clothes though? I have a feeling they're
Sure.
something.
Stand still for.
Okay.
Here and now, 10 minutes here and now.
What else are we doing?
I don't know. Going somewhere?
I'm gonna start
I can
helping
lead us to
injured
the
people.
fire
Yeah, we can do this.
Fire
We can help people for 10
So I
minutes.
kind of want to do that now.
You mean we can?
Who are you saying that to?
Yeah, I'm helping
To
Wallace.
the
Yeah.
group,
I could take them off if you
to
wanted.
the
Yeah,
general
sure.
area.
Didn't hear.
Anyone who would listen.
The group didn't
Bloop.
hear.
Nero says, I mean, that's not a bad idea, but I feel we should check in with Haroff before we make any moves of that caliber.
When do you think he'll be back?
I mean, he just headed into the city. I can't imagine he'll be away from his troops for too long. His good friend went out after them, so I reckon he's itching to go on after himself.
Okay, cool.
I took my clothes off
Cool.
and I
Yeah,
gave
I'm
them to
gonna
Oliver.
start.
So you're just
I'm gonna start identifying.
cool. What are people doing while this is happening?
Can I loot giant bodies?
Yeah, sure, man.
Ooh, actually, yeah. Wait. I'm gonna. Really, do you have a dagger? By any chance I could borrow? Real quick. Thank you. It's not suspicious. I need
Everything you do
a
is
bladed
suspicious.
implement.
Nope,
and I don't
everything you
have
do
one.
is
Just have your
suspicious.
elbows.
You have an elbow blade.
I forgot about that. Anyway,
Just carve into
we're gonna go over to a giant.
And also your punching daggers.
Oh, I don't have those on,
Right.
but I do have them. I forgot about that. Whatever. I'm gonna go over to a giant, pull out a bottle from my brewer's supplies, and fill it with blood.
All right.
We have someone who needs blood. And I'd rather it not be any of ours.
Our vampire friend?
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. I was like, who needs blood?
I'd rather it not be our blood.
Cool. Yeah, no,
It's
you.
gonna be
That's
somebody else's blood.
easy. Investigation check, please. Kira, what are you up to?
I was gonna go more on horse.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is bisected.
Yeah.
And as you're doing that, Raynarth, his old master, comes on, like, sort of stumbling over. You can see he's got a bunch of gashes on him. He says, "Ugh. As a good horse he was.
I agree.
Died a warrior's death. Now, I couldn't talk to horses, but, I think he might have wanted something like that."
I hope so.
He puts his hand on your shoulder.
Horse.
I'll buy you a drink, and we'll revel in stories of this one.
I'm gonna take the mantle off of it. I'm sorry, horse. I never gave you a proper name, and that was not fair. And I hope you gallop through the field in horsey heaven.
At this point, Raynard is like, "Oh, what have I gotten myself in?" Cool. As you complete your identification,
It is a +1 studded leather armor of the Scallywag. So you get.
Oh, pirate.
Can we call it a scallywag suit from now on,
Sure.
please?
It's Wallace's scallywag suit.
Yeah.
So it's studded leather armor with a +1 magical enhancement to it, and it also gives you expertise on deception checks.
That's right, Millie's.
Millie's gonna steal it.
Well, I already have expertise on deception checks.
Ooh, but someone to contend with. Who will deceive better? They should have a lying contest.
Probably
So-
Millie based on
What does
stats.
the +1 do?
So studded leather, if you look up studded leather armor, or I mean, I can just tell you, but it gives you a +1 on top of the AC bonus it would normally.
Well, I already had studded leather armor, so.
So it's
one.
that +1.
Okay.
15 was my investigation.
Well,
You search around. It takes some time because they're big, and they didn't seem to come into the fight with too much in the way other than you find some like chains and swords you can't really use. Yeah.
Okay.
They were here to fight. They weren't here to
Live.
yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Wallace, where did you get this?
Well, I was on a boat. I was going fast, and
We did see you on a boat at one point.
You did?
Well, I sent Felix up there to survey the area, and you were on a boat with pirates or something like that?
Yeah, I was kidnapped. I was kidnapped, and
I would like to make an insight
it's a
check.
long story, but my clothes were gone, so I had to borrow these, and I think I look pretty good.
Yeah, no, they do look great. Do you want to come back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Wallace has been butt-ass naked for the last 10 minutes. Except for the hat, of course. The hat remains.
Yeah, keep it on.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, while we're waiting, I go up to Millie because I like her best. Sorry, yes, history. Hey, Millie, I would like to know who started this aggression between the city and the fire giants.
Like, historically or like today?
I know the history. I'm talking about this. I'm sorry. Captured. Sorry.
It's okay.
This particular conflict.
This particular conflict?
Just a heads up, I don't know if this was ever told to you, but during the last night, some figures ran into camp. There were some blue explosions, and three giants were shrunken down.
That's why they were shrunk.
Yeah.
Cool. I would like to know who sanctified that midnight raid, and want to know why.
Alright, well, the night raid was Tapper having fun, and
Hold on.
am I hearing?
We tried
Yeah.
to talk to the giants, but they didn't seem interested in a diplomatic solution.
Hang on.
Right,
I did
like-
not just do that for fun, alright? I was under strict orders from the Prince of Calione. He told me to do that.
Hey, Teppo, can you turn into a bat now?
Oh, we have a vampire friend.
Can you not? Okay, listen. Everybody listen.
And Aethelwolf, who was just sort of walking by, goes, "You have a what now?
A vampire friend, like
What's a vampire?
I'm
It's
putting
a
my
blood-
hand over Oliver's mouth. Oh, Aethelwolf.
What's a vampire?"
It's
And you can.
No, it's still there. It's a lovely creature meant to enchant you with sweets.
Oh!
And not eat your blood.
My hand is there. We cannot tell people that we have a vampire.
Meanwhile, I walk over with the bottle of blood.
Is that for the vampire?
Hey, you know, it's-
Wait a
Who
minute.
will kill him and not trust us.
Wait a minute. I
You
have
would
a
rather-
question.
Yeah, what's up, Oz?
Is he sort of confused? Does he
Yeah.
have like reddish hair?
Yeah.
He was on the boat with me.
Oh!
Yeah, he turned into a swarm of bats and flew away.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
very
found
vampire.
him.
And we found him.
Yeah,
I
so
have a gift for him.
Where
The
is
word-
he, by the
the
way?
word vampire cannot be thrown around anymore.
Oh, let's call him.
Wallace, go long. Vampire. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
So
got
Nero, who's been standing here the whole time, says, "I'm gonna go ahead and turn a blind eye to what I'm hearing right now."
Thanks.
That'd be best.
What
I
if
guess
we-
blind eye to what I'm hearing doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's been a long day already,
Mix
and
it
it's
up.
like
We
10
get
in the
it, we get
morning.
it.
So
What if we called him something else, like a kitten?
The kitten. The kitten.
We have a
It's the
kitten.
I have a bottle of blood for our kitten.
You
Yep.
could just
Yeah.
say his name.
We don't really know his name.
Baron Ryland. He has 2 possible names.
Yeah, but that sounds like a
I named him
Yeah, right.
Rothko.
Anytime it's Baron.
Rocco?
Yeah. He's got red hair.
Rothko? Are we gonna call him Rothko?
I don't know.
Let's call him Rothko as his
Famous for
code name.
painting rectangles.
Or being Elena's cat in real life.
Yeah, we do.
You actually.
Yes, his name is Rocco.
That's funny.
The previous cat was named Picasso. For that family.
Good.
My bracelet says butt.
Cool. So at this point, you do see Heroth riding back out to the field directly in your direction.
I'm gonna stash the bottle on my.
Yeah.
He reaches you and he jumps out. He like sort of swings down off his horse and he says, "All right, good job. We didn't have too many casualties. We will give them a proper burial tonight. I sent word back to my mother and father, and I've received counsel from them. If I had my way, we'd go right after these giants and take them out right now. Unfortunately, the Konungar Meta, the King's Mead, all of the leaders of Renarsia have a treaty of peace with the Council of Giants in Skembra. One of the members of this Council of Peace is the Forge King Gilkrung Uvendad. They did attack us, and we fended them off, which is our right. Until we hear word back from the Forge King himself, and our higher-ups, my father and my mother, can talk to him, figure out what was going on, or perhaps even declare war. We are not allowed to go after them.
We're not allowed to go after them.
No.
By law.
Yes.
Well, you're not. We can work.
Well, that is
A band of
the
crime-
difference. I'm not, well, I'm technically, as a member of the military, not allowed to send anyone after them or allow anyone to go after them. That being said,
We're gonna go after them.
What do you do when you're not around?
I'm
band
a.
of private
If you'd
mercenaries.
let me speak, I have a loophole I think you might be interested in. I belong to a branch of the military known as the Outrider Knights. In fact, I lead it. The Outrider Knights' express purpose is to ride out into places that we're not supposed to go. If I am with you, we can do this.
Wait.
That doesn't make any sense. Hang on, that doesn't
What?
make any sense.
We are.
Hey, went from
Yeah,
Tavern
no.
Peter.
We've been given. I understand you probably don't know a lot about Caerleone military regulations, but we've been
I
given.
don't.
Oh, I talked at him many times about it, but he never listens.
No, I
I'm a
listen. You just
lieutenant,
get
and
the
if you think about it,
response.
there's like 5 lieutenants in each town, and
As long as there are less than 5 or less members of my branch of the military, we have been given special rights by the Konungar Meta to go places where the army is not bid to go.
Like my butt.
Yeah.
All right.
This is our friend.
Hello.
Wallace, by the way.
I'm Prince Heroth of Caerleone.
I'm Wallace.
Oh, Deirdre Rousseau. Good to see you once more.
Hi. Been a long time.
It's been years.
Yeah,
Thank you for your assistance on the battlefield today. It couldn't have gone as well without you.
no problem.
Wait.
Do you two have a history?
Well, I mean, we're both from royal. I'm from a royal family. She's from an upper level Selosian family. It was bound we were to meet when we were younger.
We danced. It was fun.
Deirdre just loves to dance.
Sure.
That's all I was allowed to do.
I
And
know.
so I was good at it.
So, frankly, I don't know how much damage they can truly do. With however many of them there are, I am somewhat eager to go after them as Rorthon hasn't returned yet. Then again, it's been about 10 minutes. I didn't expect him to work that quickly, but he's formidable. But I would like to not leave him alone and without backup.
How long have we got before you?
We can go whenever.
I
I
wouldn't.
have a question.
Go ahead, Wallace.
Like Emily has a question.
Yeah.
Is it this whole outfit that gives me the deception checks, or just like the armor?
It's the outfit, not like no hat, but like the outfit itself.
All right.
Sorry.
What do you suggest we do about the giant with the large glowing sword that blinds us?
That
Yes.
can fly.
That can fly.
Right.
My guess is those are abilities that can't be used more than once per, set of time. As I saw, as I've been informed that an object shattered around his neck using one of these things. And I can't imagine giving himself wings made of fire was too comfortable for him. He seems formidable, but not impossible to take down.
That makes sense.
His army is weakened.
He was willing to treat last night. I signed up a treaty and everything,
Really?
and then people started blowing things up. But
Interesting.
maybe
No,
we're
that's...
willing to talk about it now.
That is... His army has been defeated. It would be most likely in his best interests to talk to us rather than fight. As he's seen that
He
doesn't work
wouldn't
out
tell
so
me
well.
what he wanted and why he moved from the mountains, but he'll be probably more forthcoming now.
The
Also.
giant I spoke to said they wanted our land. I don't know for what.
I heard they wanted land. They didn't say R to me, so
Well, either way, they've attacked
In the city.
a city of Caerleone, and for that, they can't
must
be trusted.
No,
I mean,
I'm kidding.
did they
No, I'm
attack
kidding.
us first and then we did the midnight raid, or did the midnight raid happen and then they attacked?
I got a flaming boulder thrown at me by a giant when I tried to do peace talks.
And then I punched it.
And Nero says, yeah, we did kind of start the aggressions there. But they had already taken prisoner 2, if not 3 members of the city of Hiira here. So clearly they weren't just hanging out. They had some sort of cruel motives anyway.
Well, we'll figure this out.
If all else, I would love to go help my friend. It's not that I underestimate his power, it's just there are at least 5 giants, including one that has flaming wings out there. He's very powerful, I don't know how powerful.
Well,
I agree. I have a friend there too. Let's go.
Perhaps we take a short rest and then head off.
As he has this time been a short rest.
No, because we didn't hang out. But I'll tend to some things. I'll make sure that the acid above the front gate is taken away. Good thing we had that, I suppose. Good thing we didn't have to use it. And
Oh, was it like a bucket?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been
Like
fun.
the door was a little open and it was sitting up
like
there,
it,
so
yeah.
if they opened it more, it would just.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
I like that.
so I'll
That's how you become the number 1 Thieves Guild. You do the buckets on top of
Buckets
doors.
on doors.
I'll
World War.
meet you back here fairly soon.
sounds good.
There's only
In about an hour? How does that sound?
That sounds
works.
works for me.
And he gets back on his horse and he rides away. Nira says, I'm gonna go see if I can check in with the Sortilegium, try to inform people what's going on. Do you want me to come with you?
Yeah. We would love to have you, as always.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna need to rest myself up a little bit. I may have not taken any damage from enemies, but I've certainly stabbed myself in the arm. So,
There you go.
good to see you all.
Would you like me to see to that? Like right now? I could see to that.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Oh.
Lead the way. Lead the way.
Hurt yourself. Like I'm just.
I'm rolling.
No, lead the way, Miss Deirdre. And he sort of
Okay.
dips his...
I kind of like squeeze Millie's like shoulder as I go past. Like.
And I'm just gonna.
And he's sauntering. He's he wears a tricorner hat, but he acts like a cowboy. Cool. So people are taking short rests.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else anyone wants
I'm
to
just
do?
giddy. Deirdre brings out the giddiness in me.
I'm,
So they
I'm
can,
going around the whole field and,
I took no damage at all during that whole battle as a dinosaur or as me. So
No, because you were knocking people over and running away. That was really good. That was solid.
As opposed to a liquid or a gas.
Okay.
or a plasma.
Ooh.
I took plasma.
Welcome to the Dungeon Party. We love plasma.
Chemistry.
So Kira, you're walking around checking on people.
Yep.
One of the first people you come up to is Aethys, who is flexing in his mech suit. One of the hands of it has been blasted off.
Oh.
But He's not damaged in any way.
How'd the soup go?
It went quite well. I very much like it.
Well,
Can I buy it off of you?
Not off of me because it was only a rental, and you said that you were going to pay for any damages to it.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did. But you could buy it off of the museum.
Oh, my papa will pay for it. And he goes.
Who is this again?
He's a bard. He's
His
a dick.
dad
Johnson's older brother.
His dad's a
Andy's
metal
older
forge.
Yeah, he's a
Not gonna
metallurgist.
have the
Oh.
kind of money for them.
No, he's not. You also run into a Churi the Happy, one of the other the cleric that went up against Millie, and she is kneeling and covering up 2 bodies right now.
Who are they?
You don't recognize them. It's 2 female gnomes.
Oh, okay.
Female, no.
And despite her name, she is looking quite somber at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, they're there.
Did you lose anyone? She stands up and sort of grabs onto your arm. Says, "That's the way of war. We just have to remember them. And fight in their honor."
I've never done anything like this before.
Well, you did a good job.
So did you. I'm really happy you didn't die.
I am happy as well that you didn't die. I'm happy for all those who survived. We only lost a few, but their presence will be missed, at least in our little party. But if we hadn't done this, many, many more would have died. So my friends and your friend, whoever you lost, they gave their lives to protect the lives of many, and to protect this good city from whatever evil might befall it. And I know that they would have liked to go out that way.
They deserve medals.
Aren't you
They're
chummy with
dead.
Aren't you chummy with the prince? I feel like maybe you can make that happen.
I will.
All right. Well, best of luck to you.
Everyone's getting a medal.
May the tempest guide you. She walks away.
And while we do that, I'm gonna just pull Oliver away from everyone else.
Cool.
So, you know the whole noble folly being here to help thing?
Right.
Yeah, so I owe them a lot for that.
What do you mean you owe them a lot?
I don't know yet. I have to go
What
to
did you do?
I made a deal with Bartleby that he helped the town beat the giants, and then I'm gonna go to his house tomorrow to figure out what he wants me to do.
Well, we're leaving.
Yeah, well, if we try to leave town and I haven't met with him, we're all gonna die. So.
Really? Okay, look, I think you should tell everybody about this. The group, not the prince.
Alright.
Perhaps we can buy ourselves a day. We go meet with him today, and then we leave.
You guys don't have to come, only I have to go.
Well, I'm going with you regardless.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not!
I don't want you to go in there by yourself.
Alright, then send your bird.
I don't... My bird can't really do things.
Suggestion.
We're not at the same level of, like, ability, right?
Yeah,
bird
but you
is-
could be nearby, and if
Can you
you
cast
figure
spells
bird
through the bird?
you
or
can
something?
cast
That's not a thing.
It is
No,
a thing.
it is a thing.
It is a thing.
You can do touch spells through your bird.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
If you're
Look,
nearby and you see
education.
something's wrong, then you can come. Nothing's gonna be wrong. He's not gonna kill me.
How
He's
do
tried
you-
before, it doesn't work for him.
How do you know? Why do you trust him?
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Whatever he's gonna have me do,
Possible.
it's gonna suck.
Okay, look. I think you should bring this to the whole group, and we should discuss what we're going to do from there. My vote is we all walk in there together.
That's not gonna go well.
And that's why you bring me, someone who doesn't have weapons on hand.
If I show up
Hmm.
with anyone else.
Is that what you said?
No. It's implied, Oliver.
Is it? Or did he just say that you need to meet with him?
I need to meet with him. We made these deals away from others.
Look, okay. Then the rest of us will go with you, and we'll wait.
Hiira was there.
Oh yeah, Kira was there. We were speaking.
No.
We were speaking.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
You can't, but Hiira was
Yeah.
there.
Kira was there.
I was there, but I was like, what?
So you literally brought a lion knight to
This dealing. That's true. Never mind. He also said I wouldn't have to meet with him
If what?
if he died.
You wouldn't have to meet with him if you died. Well, that makes things very interesting, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Which is
So we fake your death.
That's what I'm suggesting.
Okay.
And then when I just show up alive again, I mean, where are we going after this? The capital?
Well, we're not coming back here.
My mommy's a very powerful cleric. I don't have to stay dead for long.
There you go. Well, look, when... Okay. I'm really torn here, right?
Just fake it.
No, I'm not suggesting that I really die.
Oh.
Just if I show up back alive.
It will make
If
sense.
I show up back alive, it'll make sense. I have a powerful mother.
One moment.
You just actually.
No, don't actually kill me, please. What? We're killing Millie?
Wallace turns back
So,
into a
can you make a
transfer.
perception check for me?
18.
There are surviving members of the Noble Folly, the Regal Folly, whatever, sorry. They are here.
I wanted us to be
They're
far away
around.
from
I know,
us.
but they're on the battlefield. They have seen you be alive.
I know, but we're going on the mission to the giants.
Cool.
That's what I'm suggesting.
What was the agreement? Was it if...
If I survive, I have to meet him.
Okay. Question for the DM.
Yes.
Spells like Disguise Self and Alter Self, that's only... I can
Yeah.
only do that to me, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Disguise your bird.
That's
That was Millie.
not self.
This guy's your bird is Millie. Send it in. He's like, you've come to meet with me.
Make it a parrot, then
Look.
it can mimic speech, and you can just teach it beforehand. Done. Finished. I've solved the campaign.
There you
We
go.
can end it
We
now.
can end it
And they
now.
all lived happily
That's
ever
fine.
after.
Final episode of Dungeon Bird.
Look, I'm very apprehensive to go through with this plan. Perhaps it might be valuable to talk to him in person.
No,
Felix joins you, and the rest of us stay a block
Nearby.
away if anything goes wrong. That way we can get information, you can work your magic, do your thing.
I approve of this plan.
Okay.
Alright.
Should we bring it to the rest of them then?
We're gonna have to, but maybe not right now. We have other things to focus on.
Are you suggesting that we go deal with this giant problem, come back here and...
I mean, I'm supposed to meet him tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to get this done ASAP.
Yeah.
Okay. Good plan. By the way, before I forget, you told me to hang on to this.
What does that have to do with anything?
You should take it back.
Thank you. Did you try to read it?
No, of course not. Why
Okay,
would I
good.
try
You
and
wouldn't have
do
been
that?
able to read it anyway.
Why?
It's written in code. But it's good to know I can trust you.
Can I see that?
Alright. It's not written in code, so Blake can read it, but it will be written in code. when I send it.
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Cool.
I guess we join back.
so you guys
with the
join
rest
up.
of the party.
So Deirdre, what are you up to with Nero?
Yeah.
Yeah, Deirdre, what are you up to?
Deirdre.
Roll for sex. No.
Not yet. Play your cards right.
Tending to his injuries.
Cool.
Just
He's
chatting.
So roll for
Shirtless
Yeah, I
with
see,
like
like, in the
wraps
bath.
of cloth
Yep,
around his
yep, yep.
arm.
Yeah, just like the battle-hardened warrior being tended by the maiden, quivering hands, all that stuff.
So he's taken off his blue overcoat and he's just wearing sort of black leather armor.
Oh my.
Sleeveless black leather armor.
Oh.
And he's got like particularly on this arm, but really kind of all over his body. He's got so many scars. They look like knife wounds for the most part.
Him stabbing
Himself.
Now, is this the most economical way to do what you do?
Well, I don't know anyone else who does what I do, so I just tried to, make it work.
Yeah, this doesn't look fun.
No, doesn't hurt too much though anymore. I will say the pros of becoming a living spellbook is that my pain tolerance has skyrocketed.
Or you killed off all your nerve endings.
That could be it as well. I mean, they say my blood is ink and my flesh is paper. Don't know how true that is, but
I mean, doesn't feel like paper. So.
no. Where'd you learn how to do what you do?
You know, it was kind of boring, you know, learning how to be a proper young lady, doing all the dances. So I learned some medical stuff on the side. Never thought I'd actually have to use it.
Well, here you are, a real battlefield medic.
I know.
We
Who
could
would
use
have
it.
thunk?
And we could use it. No,
you?
you're much
Do it.
appreciated
Do it, I
here.
dare you.
Ew.
Do it.
Do what?
Nothing.
We appreciate it. It's good to hear.
Circle.
I'm curious. What was it like growing up noble? I never had that sort of experience myself. I've only recently come into really any amount of money.
Well, I imagine it's like, have you ever been charmed?
Like magically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't, but I imagine it's like that because when you're in it, you're like, oh, everything's great. I love it so much. I'm perfect. And then when you're out of it, you're like, oh my god, that was so boring and so bad and so annoying.
Wow. Boring, bad, and annoying. Being rich must be tough.
I know. Poor Pittham's me, am I right? Stop complaining.
I don't know. I mean, I asked. I did ask. Can't give you too much of a hard time for that one.
Yeah. So, after all this is over, what are your plans? What are you doing?
Well, I work full time till I die for the Exit Sortilegium, which is great.
Yeah, but is it like an open-ended freelance kind of thing, or do you have like set places you have to be?
Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. Don't ever try to wrong the Sortilegium. You'll either end up dead or in indentured servitude for the rest of your life. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, they've given me a lot to do. My life is a lot more interesting now. And I can cast spells with my blood, which isn't really something I ever thought I'd do. They're not a terrible patron to have, but they're quite demanding. I'm actually surprised I haven't been teleported to one of them in these past few days. They do like to do that.
If you don't mind me asking, if it's too sensitive a subject, please tell me, but what did you do?
Well, without going into too much detail, I mean, I really did only just sort of meet you recently for the second time.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I said.
I never had too much of my own. Really, all I had was my family. I'm glad that this has been happening. Really, all I had is my family. My parents.
Dad called us out.
My siblings. Not too many of them lasted too long. I mean, where I'm from, we've been in hardship for since long, long before I was born. Since long, long before really anyone was born. We're still trying to recover from something that happened a long time ago. Parents didn't live too long after I was born. Neither did my siblings. But I had my wife and my children, and I had to provide.
Those eyebrows just went up real high.
And working as a farmer in some of the most cursed land in this here plane doesn't do too well. So I gave myself a new name, learned how to sneak around, and tried to steal from a caravan. Fortunately, it was a caravan belonging to the Sortilegium. I had two choices: die or work for them. So, as far as my past family is concerned, I'm dead. But, and they could be dead for all I know. I haven't been home since that day. Some 10 years now.
Wow, oh, that's a lot. I'm sorry, because that seems... So, you're starving, you're trying to provide for your family.
Yeah.
You'd think, between you and me, these great beings, wizards, would help a guy out.
Well, some of them are helpful. Like, I mean, some of them are great. Some of them are very helpful. Some of them are kind. Some of them are not. It's, the most powerful magic users on this here plane, not all of them are going to have the best personalities.
I guess.
And
so.
to be fair, I did commit a crime.
Please. My dad and his friends tried to sacrifice me to a demon, and they're still having fun. So,
Sorry,
crimes,
what?
The poorer you are, the lesser the crime is, the bigger the deal.
Why would they sacrifice you to a demon? They're trying to summon demons?
Like, it's a weird environment over there. I think they're just bored.
Weird? I wouldn't mess with chaotic ass demons if I were them. Devils now I'd get. I'd sacrifice you to a devil.
You ever just get bored?
Oh,
And he's got a toothy grin.
You ever just get bored trying to summon a demon?
Yeah.
Just royalty things. Just
Oh, it was a devil. Alright, my joke's not as funny then. Okay, well.
Yeah, I was tied up at the time. I didn't pick up the deal.
Wow, so maybe you do have some stuff to complain about.
Yeah, but I'm still pissed, because, like, here you're all trying to, like, basically steal a loaf of bread for your family or something.
No, it wasn't a loaf of bread. I was trying to steal magic items to sell on the black market.
Just keeps
Potato,
shifting back
potato.
and forth.
And here are these rich people doing human sacrifice, and it's just like, oh, okay, whatever. It just doesn't seem fair to me.
Well, yeah. When you have money, you can get away with whatever you want. Or power. Money or power, and they kind of go hand in hand. It's not too important. I think I'm feeling better, so I appreciate it, Deirdre.
No problem.
Yeah.
I was asking about what your plans were, because I'm planning on going to, like, try to find a forgotten chapel somewhere in the mountains. Wanted to know if you wanted to join me.
I mean, I wouldn't be against that unless I got another assignment. I could definitely accompany you on that.
Put it in your calendar. We'll see.
All right, will do, Deirdre. Now, I reckon you should tend to some of the other folks here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to make contact with the Sortilegium.
Yeah, I need to refill this healer kit.
Much obliged, Deirdre. And he takes your hand and he kisses it and he walks away.
He is married. No, he's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Really?
I hear that from the distance. Deirdre calls.
So Deirdre's just hustling over.
I'm going. Deirdre, what?
No,
What?
Married.
He's married? Deirdre, no, red flag, stop, all progress.
But apparently his family thinks he's dead, so like...
That's worse, Deirdre, no! Worse. Think about it this way, right? Your husband, you lost him tragically, right? He turns up years later with some new girl on his arm.
He didn't choose the life.
That's what we're going
Deirdre.
I know.
He's so cute. He's so cute and he's so mysterious, but he's also so married.
Oh, I know.
Listen.
He has children.
He has Deirdre, I say this because I love you. No, do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Wait a minute.
That, you guys, that's it, y'all. Monopoly exists in this universe.
Deirdre, darling, my love, Deirdre. You are 19. This is a man with a wife and children.
He's like 30.
He's 30. Deirdre, when a man in his 30s pursues a teen, that's just a whole lot of red flags, Deirdre.
It happens all the time in this day and age.
That's true.
I will say.
It's the 45th year of the age of the Citadel.
I will say to you, Deirdre, you know he's cute. You can flirt with him. But I would not pursue anything with him. Until you know his family's dead.
Did you know his family's dead?
Oh my
We
gosh.
could kill the family.
This is.
Oliver!
Wait, are we listening?
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, we all here.
Oh, I thought this was
I
a
didn't
private
think we were
conversation.
here. I thought this was a private thing.
Was it?
No, apparently we're all here.
Because I thought Millie was like, I hear from the distance. And so we're running over.
I did. I met her halfway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never
But
mind.
you could be.
I mean, you could be making your
We
way
could just all be
downtown.
walking over.
No, but
As
seriously.
we hear,
I-
wait till his family's dead.
No,
Sorry,
Kill
what?
family.
all jokes aside, red flags all around. I was joking.
That is my
Can
favorite
I make an
color.
insight check on her joke?
Yeah.
You didn't hear half the jokes. I'm making a disadvantage.
Just wait till his family's dead.
12.
I was joking.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Okay, Millie, we need to talk about your humor later.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'd say just tread very, very carefully. There's a lot of baggage there.
I always do.
Okay.
I love me a good bag.
I mean, it's true. You do.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
So did you have sex with Hiira?
No, silly.
Because he's a family, remember? We walked in, that's...
Oh, did we learn that?
Yeah.
Alright.
We're gonna kill a family, though.
No, Oliver, no.
Oliver?
No,
Oliver,
Oliver.
we can bring
Oliver,
them
do you want to
together.
say that to my face again?
That was a joke. We need to talk about my humor, too.
Was it a joke?
Normal, don't have to do a disadvantage. I mean, it was clearly a joke, but
Oh!
Natural
not
one.
a joke.
Oliver,
What? It was a joke.
take it back right
Oh
now.
my god, you're really aggressive. I was kidding.
While they're fighting, I nudge Millie and whisper, He was wearing a sleeveless leather tunic.
You have so much self-control.
I'm quite proud of myself.
I'm proud of you, too.
I had an intelligent
God.
conversation with him.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
I can hear all of this.
Yeah.
We've dropped it now.
Yeah. I invited him on a little mission I'm going on.
Wait, you're going on a
If he
mission?
says yes. Oh, the friend that we kind of need to leave now to rescue. He told me about a chapel in the middle of the mountains.
The
that they
Hespin
found.
Mountains.
What?
The Hespin Mountains.
Aspen Mountains.
Yeah.
Has been mountains.
Got some answers for you. Planning on maybe
Yeah.
going there if y'all want to join me. If you have anything else to do.
I'm not busy.
I mean,
Well, it's
Don't we have
these
that,
clothes were made
thing?
for a slightly smaller frame than yours, so you look muscly as fuck in them. Just want to throw that out there.
God, you look good, Wallace.
I'm kidding. Well. Anyway,
Amelia
Jordan,
has
that's
a-
really exciting.
Yeah, okay. Are we ready to go?
Millie has something to share with the group.
Not right now, we discussed this.
Never mind.
Wait, what does Millie have to share with the
Alright,
group?
I'm very excited to go hunt these giants.
Inside.
This is suspicious.
Should I roll deception?
Yeah.
Insight check. I wanna celebrate.
Inside
19.
check.
15.
18. I
Oh.
rolled a 9.
She's hiding something.
Millie.
Hey, Kira. How are you? How's
wanna
horse?
Whoa, Millie!
Jesus!
I think, do we all need to
No.
go to some therapy? I think we need to learn about how we're talking to each other.
Are you okay, by the way? I'm really sorry about the whole horse thing.
I'm sorry about your horse. I'd be happy to
Horse?
do a funeral rite for him or her.
What size
I've
is he?
never really met him, but or her.
Large. It's a horse.
The whole shebang. Millie.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try that?
That's
About what?
It would be a servant. No, that's
Her
servant.
mouth.
Oh, sorry.
It wouldn't be
separate
horse.
halves.
Oh.
Are the individual
We're in the
halves
sewing
small?
kit.
Horse coming up, and it's got Harith on it. He says, "All right, are you ready?"
I'm a little confused, but I'm gonna just
Yeah,
sort
I'm
of
a
go.
little.
What
I'm
are
a
we
little
confused
upset.
Well,
There's a lot of tension in this general area.
Yeah, and I don't know
rode
why.
into.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
I just want to say that I've done nothing
Sorry,
wrong.
Gotcha.
Are we okay, guys?
Is now the time for this?
No.
Seems like as good a time as any.
No. Let's go.
Okay.
No, we're not going yet, Harold. We're gonna talk
Okay.
first. In
I have
all,
a friend in a cage right now. We can talk
Yeah.
about feelings later.
he'll be in the cage later.
Well, maybe
not.
Okay, then he's
Wait.
dead.
Somebody, I'm so confused.
Listen, I know you have a good
The
connection with the
callousness,
dead.
you guys are talking about people's lives.
Well, that's my whole thing, right? It's like what I study. I don't really consider death like the end. It's just.
Then do you want to
The
bring all those
next.
people back to life?
Well, see, the
I
thing
don't
is,
think he's that kind of like.
there's a
resurrector.
difference between bringing back a corporeal form and bringing back, right, the mind, the personality. I can bring back the body, but it's not going to be the same person. It's going to be manipulation that I create. It's going to be something I can control. I mean, maybe later I'll learn how to bring them back, but not right now.
Can we just go try to prevent somebody else from dying needlessly, please?
Yeah, okay.
Alright, sounds like a plan to me. Let's go. Are we ready?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Raider!
Walking on eggshells here, Jesus.
And Raider's like, carry your horse.
God, I leave you guys for a day and you start fighting?
Yeah, everything went to shit during the tournament.
I really need your ass that won't quit around to keep me grounded.
Well, here it is, baby. And it looks really good in my new pirate pants.
It does.
Does. Brown horse is walked over to you, Kira.
Brown horse. Its name is Brown Horse.
I know it's not your tournament horse, but I know it's not your tournament horse, but it'll have to do for now. I need you at your best, and that, just judging by your jousting skills, I think that means mounted.
Thank you.
And he sort of rubs your shoulder a little bit and says, "All right, let's make sure my friend is not dead.
Woo!
Let's go." All right.
What about
the rest of us are the rest of us on foot?
Yeah, we're just like, are you and the prince like riding off and we're like, wait!
Well, you could probably keep up with them.
With the boots on, but I couldn't consistently keep that up.
I can pull Deirdre on with me.
Harold says, "I've got room for one."
Side saddle.
I'm most likely to probably be able to just keep up.
We could get you horses too.
Oh,
there are
yeah.
horses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you're all horsed
Prince
up.
boy.
I'm still with Kira. I don't want to ride a horse.
Okay. Let's do it. Off we go. Brum, 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 brum. Cool.
We can talk on the way. How's everyone doing?
I'm gonna pull to the back of the party and like gesture for Oliver to come back. Oliver,
Yeah.
these people don't want to talk to each other.
Why not?
I don't know.
But why not? We have to talk about feelings.
No, I'm on board with you, Oliver.
Yeah.
No, no, right there.
I picked the wrong party member to flirt with.
Listen, I'm on board with you.
Oh,
right?
I
But
like
I don't
this.
think they are, right? Okay, if you haven't noticed, Kira and Millie are going to kill each other. Wallace has no fucking idea what's going on. And Deirdre seems preoccupied with other things.
How are you, Tapper?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got to fight stuff. Things. I'm still a little mad about that asshole back in the bar.
Yeah.
But I can wait. I got another 300, 400 years and I'll be fine.
Oh. You're good, Kappa. You're a good person.
Tapper is easily the most lighthearted of this whole party.
Oh yeah.
I think you and Wallace can take.
Wallace did.
You share that crown.
Wallace's like eyes are like crossed. He's like,
Just drool.
You still like. It's been a full day, but your head's still hurting from that alcohol. You got real bad. Cool. So you ride for a long time. Everybody, please make a perception check.
What an ignorant little boy.
natural one.
Perception check?
You're not used to riding horses. Your eyes get dried out real quick. Millie?
18.
Deirdre?
20 not natural.
Ooh.
Nat 20 plus 6.
Nice.
14.
6.
Two of you. You, what did you?
18.
Yeah, also you. As you're sort of riding around, you look up and you do see something coming through the sky towards you quickly.
Fuck me.
Is it a Pegasus?
Above!
It is.
Hey.
And it has no rider.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have a problem.
What?
Up there!
I'm gonna just start trying to hail the Pegasus.
Hey, boy.
Oh no. Oh no. The Pegasus flaps down towards you and it sort of circles around behind you and starts flying back in the other direction. It's like whinnies as it goes over you and then flies back in the direction
Follow
you
that horse!
going. Perception checks again, please.
Uh,
18 again.
23.
Deirdre.
9.
17.
15.
15.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not. You know, I don't think so. You got a 9, right?
I got a 23.
You got a 9?
Deirdre got a 9.
It's a lot of numbers. Deirdre doesn't necessarily see it, but the rest of you do see what looks to be. It's hard. It's like a. It's a hunk of flesh, big like fire giant flesh, sizzling on the ground. Just in the middle of the road that you're going on.
Well, I'm happy I didn't see it.
Like what? Like what chunk of flesh?
Giant's
back
back
chunk?
on the menu.
Oh, it's not like an arm or something.
No, it's like a back chunk.
A trapezius.
Well, that's a good sign.
It is a
Is
good
there
sign.
anything around it, like, or is it just the burning flesh?
It's not burning, it's just sort of sizzling.
Sizzling?
It's warm.
What is causing it to sizzle?
It's fresh. Fire giants have a really high internal temperature.
So the minute
It's
their flesh
steaming.
get cuts off, it cooks itself.
It's steaming.
That's disgusting.
At least
No, it's
good.
convenient.
You know in the animated Hercules movie by Disney when he cuts off the Hydra's heads and it looks like steaks?
That is true actually. It's not like that. It doesn't look like a steak. It's just it's coming into contact with a kind of brisk and cold air and it's creating steam.
Okay.
This
This has been gross.
Is the Pegasus still going?
Pegasus has
He's
flown
leading us
over to
back.
it and has landed next to it and is like nudging its head on it.
Oh, he's under it. He's under it.
Go.
Pick it up.
Alright, you go up there and you strength check.
Oh, I roll that. And I'm
me
a
too.
strong one.
Heroth rolled good.
10.
Not great.
Just the middle.
Wallace?
Can it be athletics or does it have to be strength?
You're all doing it together, so I think it's strength. You can't flex your athletics here.
13.
Deirdre!
8.
17.
Okay?
10.
3.
Not
Middle of the
awesome.
road.
Not
Middle
awesome.
of the road.
It takes you a solid like minute and a half to get even any leverage, and as you do so, you do
Oh my
see that
gosh.
there's a form like
Pull him
crushed
out.
under it. Who's letting go to pull it out?
I'm not.
All right.
Oh,
that's fine.
he's
Because
not
I'm doing
like
the least work.
And you pull out. It is the grizzled half elf that you'd seen previously.
Is he alive?
Is he dead?
His face is battered in. You can see that he has a big old slash that is cauterized across his chest.
Okay, good.
Probably from the flame blade that did it.
Is he
Make a medicine check.
Is he pulsed?
I learned it in the academy. I don't know. Although I'm. Ooh, 16.
16. It's faint, but there is a pulse.
Okay, I'm feeding
I
him.
cast Cure Wounds.
Never mind.
You cast Cure Wounds on him. Some of his wounds do close up a little bit. You can roll the dice if you want. He does remain unconscious. Heroth sort of pushes out of the way, and he grabs the guy's hand and says, Rothon, is he alive?
Yes.
Oh, by the gods. I have to get him back. I have to make sure that he doesn't die.
Alright.
But those goddamn giants who did this to him have to pay. Damn it! Kira! You're an Outrider Knight. Find them and take them down!
I thought we were gonna go for
Oh,
Hiira!
We'll talk about what this means later, but for now, you need to get revenge for what they did to him. And I need to make sure he does not die. And he sort of grabs his body and puts him up on the horse and just immediately turns around and rides back towards the city.
where's the Pegasus? Where's the Pegasus?
The Pegasus, sort of whinnies and waits there for a moment and then flies after.
Okay, Kira, congratulations, but also we can all agree he had a heated emotional state at that moment, so we're still gonna try the peaceful approach first, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, cool.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who is leading the way?
Dapper is.
I'll lead
Outrider.
the way,
Our Outrider.
but I can't talk.
I'll be next.
I
to
can
you.
on your horse.
Oh, I can talk rather well as well.
Wait,
I just don't
Deirdre,
speak
you
giant.
speak giant?
Oh, right.
Oh, speak giant. I just talk really well.
I speak
Really,
giant.
switch places with me.
So, who is leading the way?
I think it's Kira and Millie are side by side.
Cool. So, Kira, you don't know where the camp is.
Oh yeah.
Deirdre's on.
Cool. Oh, the two of you are on the horse together. Cool. So, Deirdre, you lead. You lead. After about half an hour of riding, you reach the edge of this sort of thin pine forest that you know that their camp is deep within. Your horses aren't going to fit through most of the pine trees here, though you could look for the path that they use to get in and out if you want to spend time doing that with your horses.
No, maybe we should.
I suggest we dismount and our sneakiest person take the little peekaroo to see what we're coming to.
Are you kidding me?
All right,
Can I go with her?
you walk in. Well,
I'm walking in.
You take a step into the trees and you trip over a log and face first into the ground.
Ow!
Millie?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
What?
Alright, that was,
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't ridden a horse in a really long time.
Okay, so what we're gonna do
Maybe I'll go
now is a
first.
white flag, no sneaking.
Yeah, but listen to our commander.
Clearly we're here.
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Do we have a
Well,
white?
you're still on the edge of the woods. You know it's like a little ways into the woods before you get to the
Alright,
camp.
super.
Do we have white fabric?
Listen, I can
That
get
is-
ahead of us faster than
The
anyone.
lining of the inside lining of my dress is white.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can rip it.
There
Is it still white?
She's been casting
She
mending
casts mending
pretty
on it.
pretty
okay, I
constantly.
thought it was always tattered.
She fixes
No,
it.
no, I've been mending it. Don't you worry.
Always looking amazing.
I can get ahead and come back in plenty of time. These are the woods. I used to live in woods. I can get it through here, no problem.
Okay,
there's
not
wood.
quite how that works, but
What else?
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's at home here.
Yeah, that's right. Never mind. Ow.
Oh,
Any
so you're
forest
not
is
made
my
out of
home.
wood?
Only sometimes. Anyway, I'm gonna run into the.
Cool. And
Papa.
you do it's not as easily recognizable to you because you were here at night, but you do kind of recognize when you were here with your vampiric friend.
If I activate the boots, can I still make a stealth check and do slowly?
Yeah, but it might
I'll
it might not be worth
I'll
it to
move at
do
my
that.
normal speed.
Okay.
and make a stealth check
Go for it.
with the black die.
Oh,
Or not.
What is it?
9.
9.
Better than
Not
me.
terribly
What's the
stealthy.
one on the floor?
You're too. It doesn't count. It went on the floor.
I don't know where it went.
Not terribly stealthy, but you
There
do
he goes.
make your way in. What do you make a perception check for me, Tapper? If you are the one going in.
Hey.
That's a 25.
25.
Yeah, good
It's
eyes.
quiet. It's really, really quiet.
What your elven eye see?
You remember when you were here before? There was the sound of
Clanking.
soft clanking. None. And you recognize you're getting pretty close to the camp at this point.
Can I get to a vantage point so I can see into the camp? It's daytime, correct?
It is daytime. It's like noonish, 11:30 to noonish at this point.
Yeah, I wanna move so far forward that I can.
I want vantage point.
Cool. You
We
do.
haven't eaten
As you
in a
do so
while.
quietly,
Fantastic.
you see the camp, guys, and it's empty. The forges are dark. The iron chain over the cave entrance has been torn down. The cages are empty. There's no one here.
Alright, I'll turn and run back to our little group.
Make one last perception check for me.
8.
As you go, you hear a rustle, like a tiny rustle. You're not sure if it was much of anything. It could have been the wind.
Just an animal.
Yeah.
That's what's in here.
It's a squirrel. Alright, I run back. It's empty.
Hmm?
What?
They're
Me
gone.
just finishing ripping up my dress. Are you kidding me?
They're gone. No one's in cages, no forges.
Footprints?
Didn't see any.
Well, let's go check it out.
There were footprints around, but the ground there has been matted down enough by giant footprints that it's hard to tell.
Well, yes. Why don't we go look for?
You also didn't go into the camp.
We can
Yeah, let's
proceed, but from standing outside the camp,
There was no one.
I didn't see a thing.
Alright.
And I rolled a pretty high perception check.
You what?
What's that?
You mean your elven eyes were just very
My
good
eyes-
looking?
No, wait. I want to talk about what you just said. You
Please
rolled.
No, don't worry.
Alright, Oliver, let's go.
Elven eyes.
I like the lore that Oliver is the only one who doesn't know that it's D&D. It's a Truman Show situation with Oliver.
Everyone knows they're in the game.
Cool. So you make your way in. Are you going stealthy? Or are you just going in?
Just go.
I don't think there's a point.
We're-
Tapper doesn't
we're
think there's
going
any
to
point in
Tapper
moving
says-
stealthily.
Cool. And you head in, and it takes you a little bit to sort of navigate through, but Tapper shows you the way that he went. And as you approach, it is, for those of you who haven't seen it before, there are various small forges set up in a large clearing next to a roughly hewn out cave entrance. There's
By
a...
forge, do you literally mean like anvil
Yeah.
and like
Half an hour.
Yeah. There's like 2 or 3 of those.
Wait, is that what anvils are used for?
like
Yeah.
ping, ping?
Yeah, not just being dropped on.
Yeah, it's
I
cartoon
literally
characters.
didn't know. Anyway.
Yeah, blacksmithing. There is a, it seems like a big chain link curtain, like a huge chain link curtain made of iron that is like attached on one side to the cave, but it's fallen down. The cave, inside the cave, it looks like there are a lot of boxes and objects that are broken open and empty. And there is a large iron cage, the door open, and there is a form inside. There is. Run over. It's a human man, just twisted and like shattered,
Super dead.
super dead. You don't recognize this person.
He was already dead.
That is true.
I'm gonna loot the body.
It's empty.
Oh my god, Millie.
Okay, so
Survival.
the cave was where the king lived. I feel like that's where we should check first.
Okay.
And then I want to check for traps near the cages to see if my friend got out.
Cool.
Gonna
Go for it.
take the body out of the cage and lay it on.
Just sort of. It's all mangled. It's.
Should we bury it?
No.
We
Okay.
should find out who he is.
Wait, Millie, can you check to see if a lock has been picked?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the lock, see if it was picked.
Cool. Make your. I'm gonna say it's a thieves' tool check.
I have expertise in those, which is good.
What does expertise give
It's
you?
double
Double
proficiency
proficiency.
bonus. So you had 6 instead of 3.
It's how you create busted characters.
18.
18. It doesn't look picked.
No, Deirdre doesn't look picked.
That's concerning. Well, let's check the cave.
Alright.
You head on in there. Who's going in?
Is it really dark in there?
It's shallow. Like there aren't like a bunch of rooms behind it. It's
Okay,
like one
cool.
cave that has been, so the light does reach the
So
back.
I can see.
Are we all going in?
There's a couple doors.
Might as well.
Perhaps we should
There are
leave someone
3
standing guard.
There are 3 doors, I believe, if I remember correctly. They're open, and the rooms behind them, one, as you sort of step in, you can see it, it's a lot of large, like, iron beds. Empty. The other one seems to be a huge sort of storeroom of sorts. And there's one that's open that has a war table out.
I'm gonna look at the war table.
Cool. Investigation checks from the 2 of you.
Oof.
1. Can't
11.
be giant.
Yeah, you can't read giant, and most of the important stuff has been taken. Anybody else want to look at other stuff? The storeroom or the bunks?
Let's look
Can I
at
check
the
the
storeroom.
storeroom?
Yeah.
I'll check this one.
An investigation from the 3 of you.
Oh.
16.
3.
2.
What'd you get, Deirdre?
16.
Yeah, you guys check around. It's mostly food rations and raw iron, ore. A couple iron bars, not much really of anything. Deirdre, you do, however, as you go to the back, stumble across like a necklace built for a giant. With a big sort of crystalline orb set into the bottom of it. It's huge. It's on a big like iron chain that has been gilded to look gold. And it's heavy. It's like as big as you are, the whole thing.
Do we have
Okay.
a shrinky boy?
No.
It's very heavy. And as you're looking around, you hear a panicked voice coming from the mouth of the cave.
I'm outside.
Oh, you okay?
I didn't go in.
Then
I was
make a
guarding
perception check.
Uh-oh.
Natural 20.
Oh.
You hear her before she can do anything, but there is someone in the bushes, like in a small bush next to the camp, rustling around.
Hello? Someone there. We're not gonna hurt you. We're not with the fire giants. We're just investigating them.
A giant spectral hand sort of emerges out of a like silverish sort of see-through hand sort of emerges and is tethered on a string into this bush. It emerges out of the place and it grabs onto you.
Guys, I need some help here.
Run.
Running.
You run outside and you see that a hand is coming out of a bush. A sort of a ghostly cool hand is coming out of a bush.
I don't know.
I already
You're grabbing
Yes,
onto
the hand.
You do.
Kate! It's me!
Oh! And the hand sort of disperses back into her.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
And you see,
move some.
sort of stumbling out of the bushes, is a familiar face to all of you except for Deirdre. This is the Kay, the member of the Cryptal Order you met at dinner theater.
Hey, Kay.
She is
It's us.
like limping heavily, and you can see blood is dripping out from her leather armor. She's holding her side as though perhaps her ribs are broken. She says, "Oh, thank God someone got here finally!"
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on her.
Cool. Roll for it.
Sorry.
What? Oh,
Just give me
well, yeah,
I'm-
yeah.
Just keep talking. while I-
what happened?
Wait, Kay?
Yeah.
Do you know where G is?
Do you know where he is?
That's why I came here.
No. Me and the kid, we made our way over here after Mr. Blue-faced McDreadlocks over here, just disappeared on his shift for night watch on the boat. We made our way over here and we found no giants.
Andy?
I don't know, maybe he's a Lion Knight kid.
Where'd he go?
Well, we were freeing G, and they came back. I managed to get out before taking too much damage and hide in the bushes, but they grabbed the two of them. G yelled that they were going around to the other side of the city to attack from the other side. They took our boat. I think they took them too with them.
Okay, well, we got
gotta
to
go
get
back
back to
now.
that city
We gotta go back
now.
now.
I grab
She gets
Trapper,
9
tap
points.
based on him, and say run.
Yeah, run, boy.
I, on top of haste, click my heels, and I'm going back to the city at 200 move speed.
200 move speed. It took you
wow.
half an hour on horse. At a dash on the horse. It's gonna take you like 40 minutes to get back.
Well, after 10 of them, my move speed
Wait,
drops.
we don't know. He would have more moves.
No, because it took half an hour from the giant
On the battlefield.
thing, from the giant flesh, which was
Oh.
already like a
Oh.
ways
Can I just
away.
run back to the horse and then jump on and
Yeah,
take off?
run back to the horse and you fucking book. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Send your bird.
You don't have range to control her at that distance, but you can see through her eyes.
I'm actually gonna really quick before I send the bird, like scrawl a really fast little message.
What does it say?
Giants coming from other side.
Yeah, giants coming to attack the other side of the,
The
city.
port. Sorry, the port.
Oh,
They're on a boat, so they're coming to the port.
oh, giants on the boat coming to the port.
How do they fit on the boat?
It's a
Like
big boat. It was like an
camper
unnecessarily
van.
big boat for a lake.
And I can you Felix, I need you to take this to the prince as fast as you can.
Kay, do you think you can stay on the back of my horse?
I think I can fucking do that.
Alright.
Wait, Deirdre, can you heal her? Deirdre, can you heal her a little more?
No, it's alright. It's alright. Don't waste anything on me. I'm gonna be fine.
It's not, I'm not
I just took a punch, and I'm quite small. It was just a halfling. I took a punch from a giant, so.
Let's go.
Come on, let's go.
No.
Go.
And you run back to the horses and you. Are you bringing the chain, the necklace, with you? Because that
Stuff in
will.
the back of holding.
It doesn't fit.
Oh.
It's
Can I
fine.
use that as like a bell?
Back of holding's not full.
No, it's not.
That one was not full.
Deirdre,
Yeah.
We actually, because I won the tournament.
Yeah, okay, move on.
Sorry, I got a bag of holding. If you want me to.
Hold it for me? Yeah, thank you. Here you go.
In the bag of holding, and we're going. You are sprinting back. You're going as fast as you possibly can back. His horses are getting tired. You can't see Tapper in front of you. He is far ahead of you. So Tapper, you are going back as fast as you can and as quickly as you can make it. You make it back onto the thing. As you get there, you can see that they're dismantling something on top of the front gates.
Wait! Just gonna shout that.
A couple people sort of look over to you, confused.
Where's the prince?
Oh, and a lion that comes up to you. He's at the temple of Palor in town.
Stop taking apart traps.
Oh.
Keep defenses up. They're coming.
Are they coming back?
The port.
Where? The port. I'll get them there. They run out of the, yeah, they run, they go. Anything else you want to do? As you come up to the gate itself, and they have started reassembling this big old, basically vat of acid positioned over there.
I'd like to not go under the vat of acid.
Yeah, there's a side door. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Side door.
You jump off your horse, go inside.
Alright, I'm finding the prince at full 200 move speed through the
You
city.
run, make an investigation check to see if you can find the temple.
Come on. 4.
It does take a while.
Ask for directions.
It's not great. Eventually, you do stop and ask someone, and they point you in the right direction. You run up. You go. It's a very nicely decorated temple with like stained glass windows, and really, it's nice. It's well decorated. That doesn't matter to you right now.
No, Tapper has no respect for this place. Both doors open, running in.
You push open. You see Heroth just standing over a table, sort of an altar, where and you see one of the clerics from the tournament actually is sort of murmuring words over this slightly less dressed version of Rurthon.
Heroth! They're coming back!
What?
They're not at the camp anymore.
Where are they coming?
From the port.
Damn it!
Via boat.
Well, Dad can't complain if I kill them now. All right, gather as many people as you can. Tell them that this fight isn't over.
I'm gonna run to every bar I can find.
Cool.
And find all the drunken idiots I can find.
All right, cool. As you do that, the rest of you make your way back to the town. What's up?
We ride past the lake, right?
Yeah.
We can see them on a boat.
There's a boat heading towards the lake. Yeah.
I'm gonna get off my horse and I'm gonna cast tidal wave onto the boat.
It's like way out in the middle of the lake. What's the range of tidal wave? This is a
120
huge fucking lake.
feet.
It's way farther out than that.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
can I swim out to them and do that?
Can I send Felix for reconnaissance?
You can try. The boat is moving at boat speed, and you would be moving at U speed, which is slower than a
You
boat.
got any sea monsters?
Maybe we should wait
wait,
until
I'm
we
waiting.
coordinate.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like what I'm saying is that I could sort of like surprise them with it to
Make a perception check. I'm gonna let you do this because you're more familiar with nautical things.
Boat stuff. Boat stuff.
that's 18.
18. No one's manning anything on this boat.
Okay.
There's no one on the deck.
Okay.
It's just a boat.
It's a boat with its sail
Is
sort
it a
of
galleon?
tied up.
Is there an underneath?
Yeah, there is an
Yeah,
underneath section.
there's explosives or something
And it is just sailing towards the city.
there. Yeah,
It's
it's
a Trojan
trap.
horse.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're not gonna come from the port.
And yeah.
Well, can I
Mhm.
still? I'll just wait
A
here.
Trojan what?
If we wanna,
Oh,
we want- if we wanna split up, I'll man the port and I'll watch that no funny business happens. But let everyone know that it's probably not coming from the port.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
Get your bird, look around.
You look around. Where are you looking?
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of have her fly the perimeter of the city,
Okay.
and kind of look out.
Okay. Cool.
So, yeah.
Perception check from her, or from you, because it's you.
Look great. Look well. Use many eyes.
Many eyes.
15.
15.
A 4.
No sign of giants
Cool.
on any side.
I'm not getting anything. I don't see anyone coming other than that boat, which is coming rather fast.
Wait, is Kay still with them?
Kay's
Kay
with
was
them.
on my horse.
You're going to the port? Or are you just going into the port?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like, Kay, is there anything else that you know?
I mean, I don't speak giant, so I couldn't understand what they were saying. All I have is what G yelled as he left.
Okay.
Did you?
Wait.
Can
Do you think G
remember
and-
the weird sounds that they said and repeat them for Millie?
Do you
and
think-
then Millie could translate it?
I was in a lot of pain. I don't think I could do that.
G's a Goliath, isn't he?
Yeah.
Do you think G and Andy are on the boat?
I mean, they might be.
What crazy?
I'm gonna go.
I don't know. I don't know much about fire giants. I don't know what their plan here is.
All right. I'm gonna go out to the boat.
You're gonna jump in and swim,
What if G's on that
or are you gonna go to the port?
What?
Are you swimming, or are you going into the city to go to the port to get to the boat?
I'm like,
Because there's another boat in the dock.
I can't
There's a
tell
canoe
what
that you
you're
could use to
racist.
get out there.
yeah. Is that faster than swimming?
Definitely, yeah.
My swim speed is
But it's not.
like, I don't know. It's 30 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a lot quicker if you want
Okay.
to get. So you run in.
Is
Cool.
it a boat with sails?
It's a canoe.
It's a canoe?
No, the one that the giants are on?
One of the giants are on is a big old boat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll go
There's
with
a sail.
Wallace, and I'm gonna use my fan to like give us a nice little.
So you fan behind. Cool. So that is what you guys are doing. What are other people doing?
Oh,
You're getting people.
haha.
Going into the city.
Yeah.
Prepare defenses.
I'm with you.
Cool. So where do you want people to be going?
Do you think it's worth?
Because
talking
Tapper's aroused a bit of a drunken army.
to-
I think maybe we should. How many doors are there again to the whole city?
There are two.
I'll go
The
with
one
it.
with the vat,
Should go find
the
it.
one on the other side, and if you count the port, also the port.
Kira,
Kira,
will you take K? I'm taking all of it.
yeah, we're gonna go.
Come on.
Yep.
I'm gonna start making my way to Barley's house.
Cool. So the horse doesn't fit through the side door, but you can get off and go in.
Alright, we're gonna do that.
Cool.
Where are you going?
Barley's house.
Okay. Cool.
Gotta drop K off at where the healing tent was.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Go make sure that the city doesn't get ransacked.
So are there any people on the walls as we enter?
There are. Yeah.
Port was a diversion.
There's a boat sailing towards us.
There's nobody on it.
All right.
We need to keep your eyes out for where the giants are coming from. I need to keep this boat from coming in.
All right, Lieutenant. We'll make it happen.
Also, have any of the guards come back from like Christmas break or like their little celebration?
No. There's the few guards that are here, but we're not. You're not at full force yet.
Oh. No, where else? You're at the bar getting.
So the people
people
piling,
I'm
the people
fighting
piling,
drunken
We're gonna
bars
try and get the
and fighters.
thieves.
the people piling
Okay,
corpses
then we don't.
stop piling corpses and they start running back into the city as
Okay.
well. So now there's a big old pile of bodies, giant bodies off to one side, folly folk and your compatriots to another side.
Before we get to Barley's house, I'm gonna say, wait, no.
What? What?
I don't want to do this.
But we need help.
Yeah, but he's given us everything he can.
Do we know that for a fact?
No, but I want to see if this town has, they're called trebuchets, right?
Yeah.
I want to see if they're trebuchets.
Where would we find that? The museum?
Well, I don't know. We just have to ask Kara.
Okay. Sure.
Cool. Haroth is running around doing a lot of stuff, so not difficult to find.
Okay. Hera,
Yeah.
does the town have trebuchets?
Why would I know that? I've been here as long as you have.
Who would know if the town has trebuchets?
I don't know. The mayor.
Where's the man?
Where's the mayor?
In his house, or the prefect. Sorry, it's in his house. It's over there.
Let's
I mean,
go.
I don't know if we have time for.
We're going.
Right, I'm taking a battalion to the other gate. I would like to send a small force to the port as well. Pick where you want to go, I suppose. One of you should lead each.
I will go to the other gate.
All right, you'll be with me. Go to the port. Take a few good men.
Oh, you're gonna other good men.
All right.
Ah!
All right. So you guys run to the prefect's house.
Knock.
The door opens and there's a fire genasi standing there.
Oh my God.
He's in very nice.
Oh my god.
That was really concerning for a second.
Fire giant. Hey.
He opens the door and it's just his face. They're in the city.
No, it's a fire genasi. He's dressed in very nice clothes. He has like hair that is slightly on fire that is slicked back, and he has a mustache made of flames.
Awesome.
Hey. Hello. The giants are coming back. Does this town have trebuchets?
Whoa, hello. I'm the prefect Easton Warcog.
Yes, the trebuchets. Do you own them?
Oh, I don't think we do. Oh no.
Okay, well, you need to warn the citizens of the city
Yes,
to
yes.
bar the doors,
Bar the doors.
stay inside.
Stay hidden.
Okay, yes,
Away
I can.
from the windows.
Fire giants are coming back to attack the city.
Oh dear, I thought we got rid of them.
Yes,
You
so
can
did we.
do-
Oh no,
If you have
no.
any way to help us, any way.
Yes, no, I'll go contact the Schweizers, see if they have anything interesting.
So we've already done.
Schweizer's dead.
Yeah, Junior, he's dead.
Was his sister dead? His sister's
No,
the one who
she's
runs
alive.
the place.
Okay.
I'll go make sure that everything's okay.
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 Thank you.
And you can see that he's like he's sweating. Like he was like, good day. He's like, oh, bleh. Cool. So where are the two of you heading?
Where are you going?
Other gate?
I'll take the port.
Cool. You run off. So the two of you on your canoe. You.
Can we see them from the port?
Yeah, you can see the canoe going outwards towards the boat. So it takes you a little bit, but you reach the boat. It's coming in fast. You came in fast as well.
When we get to the boat, I'm gonna shape water into like a ramp, like an ice ramp. I'm gonna like get onto the boat.
Oh, cool. That's dope as hell. So you're going, and you just sort of like Frozone style, like use the momentum from the boat to
That's
slide up
sick.
onto
That's so
that.
good.
All right.
Perception check.
Does a canoe go up, or is it just you two?
Just
I would love.
No, the canoe goes. The canoe goes to the side with Deirdre unexpectedly on it, going past the boat now, as well as his dove off of it and slid up onto the deck.
16.
Full pirate guard.
16.
That's sick.
You were wrong. There are people on the deck. Two figures. One of them sort of moving and shaking the other one.
Who are they? Do I know them?
You
met
can't.
Andy.
You can't. One of them is G. The one moving is G. You can't see the other one is laying on the ground behind.
G.
Oh, hi. Do you know how to bring someone back from the dead?
Who is that?
And he steps aside, and it's the kid. His neck is just slashed open. His like face, his eyes are just wide open, and his face is frozen in an expression of fear. Both of his arms are snapped backwards.
Can I have like climbed up?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Are you sure? You're sure he's dead?
Look at him.
Okay. Wait,
I asked how long he's been dead.
What?
How long has he been dead?
I don't know. I woke up on this boat, and he's dead.
I mean, all I have is a spare the dying. I'll try it.
Doesn't do anything. He's been dead for at least a couple minutes,
Yeah.
at the very least. The blood is dry.
Okay, well, this is tragic, but just sort of asking you, you woke up on this boat. Is anyone else on this boat?
No, it's just us. I checked.
Are there any explosives on this boat?
No,
There's nothing else.
no, we're a distraction. They're not coming after the city. They're moving. They're moving south.
South.
And they sent me back to tell you to not go anywhere near them unless you want this to happen to you.
Do you know
I didn't
why?
understand what they meant before they knocked me out, but I get it now.
Do you know why they're heading south? Did they give you any information?
Land. This was contested. Farther south it might not be. They seemed desperate.
Okay.
A lot of them wanted to go back, but Ilgaroth wouldn't permit them. He said they had a duty to their king. If they couldn't find a new home, then it wasn't worth going back.
So they're not coming to attack the city.
Unless they lied to me.
Alright. I'm trying to think of what we should do.
Can we get this kid to his
Wallace,
family?
just steer the boat into the port. I'll wave my white flag that I made to let them know we're not dangerous.
Cool. So from the port, the two of you
Yeah.
see the ship flying, coming in. You see Deirdre come up to the front waving a white flag.
Home. All the drinks.
I'm gonna like bound off the boat as soon as like I anchor it and everything.
Cool.
I'm
Well,
gonna...
that's what's going on.
Here's with us.
Alright. So the giants are not coming to attack the city. They've moved south.
Why have they moved?
They said not to bother them. Do we know if there are any cities south that need protecting from them?
Did we come from the south?
You came from the southeast. There is one more city above the Hespen Mountains. It is Boulderfell.
Boulderfell is to the south.
Well, alright.
Burlog of Boulderfell was one of the competitors.
What we know is that they're going there for the land. They said not to follow them, and they're probably not going to attack the city, but I wouldn't trust them.
Was there anything on the boat? Explosives?
No. Well, there was a warning.
And at this point, you can see that G is walking down sort of the plank, the plank that has been lowered, and you see he's holding in his arms the broken and deceased corpse of Andreth Johnson.
Can I make like like, how do I know that G didn't kill him?
You can make an insight check.
17.
17. He seems shaken. He really does.
Okay.
We let a child die.
Well, he's 17.
Shut up. A kid. Okay, well, what do we need to? We need to get them. You guys go back to drinking. Days off.
Flights off.
Cool, and as you go to spread the bad news to your other companions, that is where we're going to end this episode of Dungeon Party. On a bit of a somber note. But yeah, cool. I will see you guys in a little bit, and I will see you guys in also a little bit, but a longer little bit. Thanks for partying with us in the dungeon. We've been Dungeon Party. See you next time.